2011, the Joseph H. Lauder Institute of Management and International Studies launched a new course called Culture Quest. For its inaugural year, the course focused on Central America with a student-led 10-day race of 4-person teams. Starting in Tikal, Guatemala, teams traveled to El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica before finishing in Panama City, Panama. Along the way, participants had to complete tasks and collect points for various activities, as well as attend formal lectures and work on projects concerning the culture, politics, and economy of the region.
What are you hoping people get out of doing the Culture Quest, or what do people come away from this 2-week experience from?
Well, I'm sure they'll be exhausted, and they'll know their team a lot better than they did in the beginning. But I think they'll gain an appreciation for Central America. I think they'll understand the differences between the countries. And one great thing about this trip is we're going to be crossing a lot of borders. So I think it will be interesting to cross on land different countries' borders. We're used to traveling a lot, but we're used to showing up at the airport and going through immigration. But crossing so many borders in such a short time will, I think, add to the trip.
Like in Guatemala City, when they stamped my passport, they wrote down transit 24 hours, which means that I can only be within the Central American countries for 24 hours. So it was a mistake on immigration in Guatemala City.
Mucho control migratorio, entonces todo tiene que ser bien limpio. Entonces regresamos a la frontera de Guatemala, hablamos con la persona, qué es lo que tenemos que hacer, pero todo va a salir bien.
A trip like this should be a part of the Lauder program for many reasons. I think it strengthens the bonds amongst Lauder students, especially between classes. I also think that this trip kind of epitomizes the spirit of the Lauder students. So I don't necessarily know if we're going to take specific learnings out of this, except for the very typical things of Central America and getting to know a new region of the world. But Matt Axelrod, in his graduation speech, talked about how ordinary people at the Penn Law School go to school because they have very specific and objective interests, because they want to learn about finance, because they want to learn about international law, because they want to learn about skills that they want to use in their work. Whereas people do Lauder, not necessarily because of their skills, but because of who they are. Because they're curious people, because they're people who have this longing for international experiences, for intercultural experiences. And I think that this is what this trip means, that you just go to a region of the world about which you don't know much, which is kind of unexplored, and you go there with a team, you go there with other Lauder students, and it's less about what you learn, and it's more about just being there and experiencing that with other people who have the same interests as you.
Una prueba para cada uno de los dos. La prueba final de matemáticas. Empezamos contigo. 27 más 37. Más 37.
Resumo primero, más fácil. 20 más 30, ¿sabes cuánto es?
20 más 30 es igual a 50.
Muy bien. ¿Y 7 más 7?
7 más 7 es 14.
Muy bien.
27 más 27 es 74. No es 64.
Muy bien.
The executive committee here would like to congratulate you for completing the first ever Lauder Culture Quest Central America.